What's up, Eagle fans? Today we're diving deep into two of Philadelphia's best ever, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, and comparing their stats, impact, and where they rank among the top Eagles receivers of all time. Stick around because we're breaking down the numbers and showing why Devonta Smith might be the best wide receiver. We're going to hear a little bit from Smith right now, this interview. We know that we have the upcoming game against Josh Allen, so we're looking forward to that. So let's hear what he has to say.
It was good, man. It was good. A lot of relaxing. Needed it.
No juice?
Nah, no juice, no juice.
You still get up for games like this? And I know a lot of you guys just treat it all like they're all the same, but this is Eagles-Bills, 4:30 Sunday.
What you mean games like this?
Marquee matchup.
It's another game. We go out there, treat every game the same, try to make it bigger than what it is.
Do you feel like the last few weeks, a lot of encouraging signs in offense that you guys are turning the corner at the right time?
Yeah, we go out there and we play how we're supposed to play, operate the way we're supposed to operate, being on the same page and things and not shooting ourselves in the foot. We're going to get the results that we want.
I've heard a lot of guys talk about the importance of peaking as you get into the playoffs. Is that the mindset as you go through some struggles throughout the year? If you can get it right at the right time, it'll still matter?
Yeah, definitely. You always want to be playing your best at this time. You know, what is you're starting to find it now. You found it early in the season, brought it all the way through. If you're playing your best around this time, putting yourself in the right direction.
Both you.
Yeah, we want to pause right there because we want to jump into some of the stats and do comparison career stats for the Eagles. Now, Devonta Smith, right now, he has 374 receptions, 4,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, 63.6 yard games. And A.J. Brown has 325 receptions, 4,871 yards, 32 touchdowns, 81.2 yards game. Now, I was looking the other day, is that I didn't know that A.J. had more, not A.J., but Devonta Smith had more yards than A.J. Brown. Now, because of all the extra attention that's been given to A.J. Brown when he was complaining about the offense, whereas he was complaining about himself. And what I tend to realize is that if I feel like A.J. Brown actually was competing against Smitty, unknowingly, Smitty didn't understand that he was trying to have a better record than him because Smitty was on his way to having one of his best career runs this year until A.J. Brown started complaining. And what happened when he said it was offense, it wasn't offense. It was about his personal stats and his numbers. And what management did, what coach did, and what they forced the quarterback to do was to target A.J. Brown. For example, I think even the Commanders game and the Chargers game, he had 12 targets, maybe 8 catches. He's been having 12 and 11 targets, career high targets, whereas you're shutting out Saquon Barkley. You're shutting out, Goddard, and you're shutting out Smitty because they were focused on A.J. Brown. And that's when A.J. Brown surpassed Smitty in yards, in running yards. And I was like, wow. Smitty wasn't even getting the ball like A.J. Brown, but he was able to surpass them. So I think that that's something that people need to take another dive in and look at because there's a lot to be going on. A whole lot goes on that people don't realize. But we're going to finish listening to Smitty a little bit more.
A.J. got pretty close to 1,000 yards again. How much does that mean to you to get that for both of you?
I would say it means a lot. We're playing this game to win, obviously, but everyone has their individual goals, and I think that's something that's important to both of us.
There's a chance, given whatever the playoff seeding scenarios are, that this could be your last regular season game of the year. They might rest some starters next week. Is there anything you're looking for from the offense that gives you confidence going into the playoffs?
Continue to build. Just keep building on what we've been doing.
The weather doesn't look great for Sunday. The experience with bad weather games, does that play a role when you're facing one like this?
It only gets as bad as you make it. You make a big deal out of it, you're going to be thinking about it, and you're going to let it affect you. So things just depend on who you are and how you embrace it.
You're like going into different places, and this is one you haven't been in before. played in before?
Yeah, I like going to different places. For me personally, I want to be able to play in every stadium that there is just to say I've done it. So it's good to have this one checked off. Wish it would have been early in the year, but
Why is that a goal of yours?
I think it's just cool to see the play in different environments, get kind of the feel of how it is. I heard this is a great place to play. Heard a lot about their fan base and things like that. So just want to experience it.
Wow. I love hearing him talk because he's so humble. He was, I believe, the 2020 Heisman winner. He went up against 3 quarterbacks, and it was not that often that wide receivers receive the Heisman. So he's an elite player. But we want to talk about efficiency and role, whereas Smitty, his catch merits. Reports show that Smith often leading or matching team targets and catch rate merits in recent seasons, indicating better reliability as a receiver. Okay, when we look at A.J. role, Brown dominates in yards per catch and explosive plays, a classic big playmaker. He holds Eagle season records, most receiving yards in 2022 with 1,496 catches. And the second one was 1,456. So whereas Brown, he's target more. But I truly believe that Smitty, he's that guy. They call him the Slim Reaper. I think that we haven't even seen the best of Smitty yet.
Jalen turning around these last few weeks after a little bit of a rough stretch. Hadn't been around him for a long time. Was there anything different about how he's coming back?
It's the same.
Same.
Do you appreciate that approach that he's able to treat it the same?
Yeah, he just being himself.
Was that last Bills game you played here a couple years ago, was that one of the best games you've ever played in? I know things didn't go well after that, but that particular game was a shootout, overtime, walk-off.
It was fun. I know it was fun, for sure.
What other stadium is top of your list that you haven't played in that you want to?
That I haven't played in? I think this might be the last one that I haven't played in that I just actually want to go to. I'm
glad that he's excited still about the upcoming game. And, he's just such a laid-back, humble young man. And he's pleasant. I like to see players that have a lot of class and they're team first and not stats first. You haven't ever heard him really complaining about having stats or the ball until A.J. Brown actually started hollering because of him wanting the ball. And, sometimes players can influence other players. And, he started chirping a little bit himself, but that died down quickly with him. But beyond the numbers, Smith advantages often leads team in targets and receptions in recent seasons, showing that the quarterback trusts him and his consistency. So that's great for Smitty. And he typically maintains a high separation route precision. And that's something that Brown doesn't do. I was surprised to hear that A.J. Brown is ranked number 135 as far as separation in the NFL. Dude can't separate. So when you're throwing the ball to him, you can actually be throwing an interception to someone else. But Smitty doesn't have that problem in separation. He's really excellent with that. His concept value and analytics. He is fan track merits from user data, next generation stats. So he's that guy. And it's good to see him. Now, Brown, his style, he's a powerful athlete who dominates one-on-one, create explosive plays. But you know what? This season has been a disappointment. This dude, whatever he was, he's not showing that now. He actually shut down offense because they made it about him because of his whining, complaining, his diva behavior. That Barkley wasn't getting the ball. He couldn't get off because everything's about rhythm. Smitty he was on his way to an all-time great season. And other players like Gohert and different players on the team, it shut it down because even the Commanders game that they just played, A.J. Brown for the first half of the game, he was 11 targets and 8 catches for 95 yards for the whole entire game. 11 targets. Hear that again. 8 catches just for 95 yards. And they were losing. And that's how they lost the other 4 games when they target A.J. Brown and shut everyone else out. When he becomes the focus of the freaking team, they lose. They lose because these are all champions. So everybody had to take a back seat to A.J. Brown because he wanted to shine, but he does not win games for the Eagles. He's not the game winner. You can look at the game ahead against the Chargers. Dude dropped 3 balls. And I'm going to show a video when Smitty had the ball. AJ, I've never seen that before. His teammate is behind him and stopped him from literally catching the ball, AJ. So I think there's some kind of competition that AJ wants to walk around like he's the best wide receiver on the Eagles, but he's not. He's not. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on with that. But we're going to get into who are the top 10 and the records and everything that they're chasing right now. But let's hear a little bit more from what Smitty has to say about the game on Sunday.
The ones I've played in pretty much.
What's your favorite?
Me personally, my favorite is Vegas. I just like the stadium, beautiful stadium. I would say it's Vegas or Minnesota. Fan-wise and just atmosphere, Minnesota was the best outside of ours. Minnesota was the best, but just the stadium in general, I like Vegas.
Besides this one, of course.
Yeah.
Anything stand out in particular about the Bills' defense that you're going up against on Sunday?
They do a lot of different things. You have to be in tune into the things that they're doing in the secondary. They've had a lot of different people playing, so have to be ready. Don't know who to expect to be in. They rotate a lot of guys and things like that. They'll have a few injuries and things, so just going out there, just seeing who they have and what their tendency is going to be for that week.
Yeah. And obviously it's a big game for them, playoff-wise and everything. Do you see it as something that's a good measuring stick?
Yeah, you guys, I like how the reporters, how they're asking him questions and just the whole calmness he has, especially an important game that's coming at going against Josh Allen. So that's going to be interesting. But when we want to look at the ranking of the Eagles' top wide receivers based on franchise history, number one, people know is Harold Carmichael, all-time franchise leader in yards. He had 8,978 yards. Mike Quick, 6,464 yards, 61 touchdowns, 5-time Pro Bowl. Then you had Deshaun Jackson, who's now coaching Delaware State. He had 6,512 yards, elite deep threat. Deshaun was that guy. And then you had Devonta Smith rapidly climbing the list. You have A.J. Brown. He's monitoring great team record seasons. Yeah, because he building his stats. And I think this is something that if Smitty made the noise that he did, then I believe that he would be the one to break the records as far as climbing the chart, becoming the best wide receiver in franchise history.
Turning around these last few weeks after a little bit of a rough stretch.
And that's how they lost the other 4 games, when they target A.J. Brown and shut everyone else out. When he becomes the focus of the freaking team, they lose. They lose because these are all champions. So everybody had to take a back seat to A.J. Brown because he wanted to shine, but he does not win games for the Eagles. He's not the game winner. You can look at the game ahead against the Chargers. Dude dropped 3 balls. And I'm going to show a video when Smitty had the ball. AJ, I've never seen that before. His teammate is behind him and stopped him from literally catching the ball, AJ. So I think there's some kind of competition that AJ wants to walk around like he's the best wide receiver on the Eagles, but he's not. He's not. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on with that. But we're going to get into who are the top 10 and the records and everything that they're chasing right now. Ground and focus on wins and winning their next Super Bowl. What we're going to do, why Smith can be considered better. One factor is high catch rates and reliability, better route precisions and target trust, consistent performance, not just big plays, young and still improving. Brown is elite, but stats show that Smith's efficiency, role in the offense, and consistency makes a strong case for him being the more complete receiver overall, especially for the team's success. And I want to show you, here's an example of when Brown, he went to catch the ball
and pulled him
the
down.
same time Smitty.
These guys trying
now
to
look
go
at
up, but
this.
Smitty almost had it.
Smitty had the ball. Brown was the reason why he dropped the ball. He went up there the same time that Smitty went up to catch the ball.
Hail Mary at the end was
Look at
closer
this.
than
It was
I
a Hail
thought when I
Mary.
watched
Smith
it live.
had the ball in his hand.
Especially
He
looking at
behind
some of
him.
these angles.
Why is he
Devonta
grabbing for
Smith
the ball?
really had
Why
the ball
is
hands
he
until
grabbing
he
for the
kinda
ball?
pulled him away from it, and pulled
He
him down.
pulled him
Both
exactly
these guys
away
trying to
from the
go
ball.
up, but Smitty almost had it.
That's his teammate. Why is he there? This is so disgusting. So anyway, it gets on my last nerve because I really, really got turned off about AJ Brown, especially all that diva whining and how he wasn't complaining for the team. He was complaining for himself. He couldn't care less about winning a Super Bowl. And my question is, do the Eagles want to win a Super Bowl or do you want AJ to have his stats? And the majority of this season has been stats. It's about giving AJ his stats. He didn't even make the Pro Bowl. Well, anyway, it's all about stats. So we're going to see moving forward, are the Eagles going to continue to target freaking A.J. Brown, or are they going to allow the quarterback the opportunity to spread the ball to the open receiver? When he spreads the ball and he's stress-free and he doesn't have to be forced to throw the ball to A.J. Brown, that's when the Eagles win. And that's when they play their best games, when all the champions of the team is used and is not focused on one player who's looking for his own glory. He wants to be praised about his stats, but we're not here for that. As being a fan, we like W's. We want to win. So there you have it. A.J. Brown is a superstar, but Devonta Smith is quietly putting together a Hall of Fame caliber resume and could be considered the more complete wide receiver for the Eagles in terms of reliability, target volumes, and consistency. So comment below. Do you think Smith is better than Browns? Smash that like button and subscribe for more Eagles breakdown. So anyway, you guys, thanks for joining Speak the Sports. We do appreciate it. And come back again. And don't forget to support the channel. We're trying to get 50 subscribers so that we can go live with this program. We only had the program since November the 30th. So it's only like a few weeks old. So thanks for joining us. Peace out, you guys.